Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If you got kids, you might want to listen to this, especially if money is a little tight, you know? Even if you got a good job, even if you got enough to take care of final expenses, should something happen to you, you still need to listen to this because I got some news you can use. Life insurance. You got yours? If you ain't got it, you better get it. Especially if you say you love your children and you care about them having a good lifestyle and you want to build generational wealth, you want to have a legacy. Life insurance is better than playing the lottery because you're guaranteed to hit. Think about what I just said. You could play the lottery 1 million times and lose 1 million times. Get a life insurance policy and you could actually receive $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, depending on how much of a premium you want to pay. But if you think about how low you can get premiums for, and you consider the reward, it could be substantial. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Man, how I'm gonna spend the money if I'm dead? It ain't for you, fool. It's for those who you say you love and leave behind. A life insurance policy could provide immediate financial assistance in a lump sum. It can take care of funeral expenses, bills, and other basic needs. A life insurance policy can also make sure that those that you leave behind maintain their lifestyle. You don't want your kids or your woman, or perhaps your man, you don't want them to suffer because you're no longer alive. You want them to thrive. You want them to continue the legacy building, right? It can also provide assistance down the line when you start talking about college tuition. Maybe they could use it to build that business that you always talked about, open that restaurant, that you always talked about. You dig what I'm saying? And name it after you. That's what my cousin did. He opened a restaurant and named it after his mother. Yeah, I'm big on life insurance policies, fam, because it could actually put a stop to generational poverty. Just like that. Most people will never get a chance to save $1 million, $500,000, even $250,000, $100,000 in their lifetime. Most won't. But if you die just like that, boom, they got it. And isn't that's what it's all about in the first place? A life insurance policy really ain't about the dead. It's about the living. It's about making sure that the people that you love don't take on a financial burden when you die. There's a lot of negativity associated with receiving money after a loved one passes. But isn't that what it's about? Isn't that what it's about? If you build something, if you grow something, you want to pass that on to the next generation so that they can have a better life. That's really what it's all about. The legacy, building. The life insurance policy is not about people benefiting off your death, but benefiting off the life you lived. Think about that. Because oftentimes people die and they leave nothing behind but bills. They leave nothing. Imagine you setting it up to whereas if something happens to you, your direct bloodline, your wife, your husband, the people that you love, your godchild, right? Your niece, your nephew, the people that you love the most is now finally having a better life because you lived. That's powerful, man. That's powerful. And even if they already enjoyed a good life while you was alive. You took the necessary steps to make sure they continue to enjoy life and to have that lifestyle that they enjoyed while you was alive. I think it's very responsible. I think it's a very responsible and unselfish act to do that. And some of y'all, y'all be talking about how you don't want to leave somebody some money because they going to move somebody else into the house and they going to be with some. You want the person that you was with, you want your spouse to suffer? You want them to be lonely and miserable after you die? That's selfish to me. Now, obviously, there's a grace period for grieving, right? If I think a fair grace period, now watch this, y'all. I think a fair grace period for grieving, if I die, is 15 years. Grieve for 15 years, and then if you want to date, no, I'm just kidding. No, but I do believe that if you were in a relationship, especially a long-term relationship, especially if you got kids and stuff like that, I think that at least before you go public, you need to let a little time go by. I mean, I think, good, maybe, 2 to 5 years, somewhere up in there, I think that's reasonable. People who lose their significant other and bounce back like that, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, first thing come to my mind is, yeah, they killed him. At the very least, they never loved him. I don't think I could bounce back that quickly from the death of my significant other. Just trying to clear your mind and process the death, to me, takes time. It takes time to heal. And I don't think I could just bounce back like that, It's at least not, publicly especially. I don't think I can bounce back like that. I wouldn't even want to bounce back like that. Out of respect for, if there's kids involved, the kids, our friends, our family, because I wouldn't be with a woman that my family didn't love. So with all of that, considering all of that, out of respect for all others, everybody else who loved her, yeah, I definitely would not go public with a relationship like some of these people be doing. Twitch's wife comes to mind when I think about people who do stuff like that. But hey, I digress. Life insurance, fam. To have it or not. What say you? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.